everyone, welcome back to Rolling with Ellie. Today I am bringing you another great easy recipe, cinnamon walnut bundt cake. This recipe is great for all seasons, especially fall, because it has 2 layers of a very yummy cinnamon, sugar, and nut mixture added to it, and when finished, this moist, delicious cake will leave you wanting seconds. But real quick, before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing and helping me reach my goal of 500 subs before December. Okay, so let's get started. Go ahead and preheat that oven to 350. So I like to have all of my ingredients measured out before I start my recipe. So this way, if I find that I'm out of an ingredient, it won't be after I start mixing things together. No one wants to crack all them eggs and then have to run out to the store. Raise your hand if you've done this. Okay, so in a large bowl, you want to add 1 cup or 2 sticks of softened butter and your 2 cups of sugar and cream together. Now, the butter needs to be soft so it breaks up and mixes well with the other ingredients. Otherwise, when it starts to melt, it will have too many air pockets and your cake won't come out as moist as it should. So next, you want to add your 4 eggs, but 1 at a time, and mixing in between. Next, you want to add your 2 cups of sour cream and mix well. You want your batter to mix well and to be smooth and creamy. You can set that bowl aside, and now we're going to work on our dry ingredients. So in a separate bowl, you want to add 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and mix. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our flour mixture to our wet mixture, but not all at once. We're going to do it in thirds. So we're going to do a third of it, incorporate it, a third again, mix it, and then a third again. So go ahead and put a third of your flour mixture in and mix well. Add your next third and mix well again. And then your next third. Mix very well. And when you're done mixing, your batter should look like this, nice and smooth and creamy. You want it to be very creamy because this will make all the difference. When your cake is done, it will be so moist. This means that your butter is incorporated very well and it's going to be very delicious. So you can go ahead and set that bowl aside, and now we're going to work on our cinnamon sugar nut mixture. So in a separate bowl, you want to add a 1/2 cup of nuts, 3/4 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and mix well. Now we're going to go ahead and prepare a pan. I like to spray and flour my Bundt pan. Even though it's non-stick, these Bundt pans still stick a little bit, so it just makes it a little easier for me. So go ahead and spray and add your flour and do the little mixy around, tap it, do whatever you got to do to get it even. So how we're going to do this with our batter is in thirds with 2 layers of the nut mixture in between. And if you're thinking, don't worry, follow along with me and I'll show you exactly how I mean. So what you want to do is you want to place a third of your batter in the pan and smooth it around, and it doesn't have to be exact. You can try to get it as smooth as possible or as even as possible, but if not, no worries, because you're going to have that cinnamon layer in there anyway. Next, spread about 1/2 of your sugar cinnamon nut mixture on top of your cake layer all the way around like so. I find that a tablespoon measurer works best when doing this, and the round bottom is perfect to help lightly press the mixture into the cake batter. So now we're going to repeat this process again. We're going to add another layer of cake batter over this. And now you want to add the second half of your sugar nut cinnamon mixture. Now you want to add the last of your cake batter on top of this, and after you're done, you just want to smooth it out just a little bit. Okay, so this is ready to go into the oven. You can bake this for about 1 hour, but it's good to check on it when you get to about 45 minutes. You can use a toothpick or a fork, and if they come out dry, or you see very minimal cake on it, it's ready to come out. If it's wet, you can leave it bake for the remaining 15 minutes. After you've let this sit aside and cool, what I usually do is use a small spatula and loosen my side so when I flip it over, it comes out a lot easier. You can even find a longer, thinner spatula if that helps you. I like to finish this off with some powdered sugar, but sometimes I do use a glaze, and I will be adding a glaze recipe onto this channel soon, so keep an eye out for that. I also like to add some color and do some really nice things with it. I just love to decorate, so I have so much fun with that. And here it is. Doesn't that look delicious? One piece of this and it will rock your world. Well, everyone, thank you again for rolling with me today. And again, if you can, please help me out by liking and subscribing, because when you do that, you will rock my world. Okay, everybody, so that is it for this episode. I will see you on the next one.